Well, this week we have team members Scotty and Wes, and they're going to Kansas. Now, we've hunted Kansas before, and Kansas is just one of those states where it seems like it's always windy.
Always windy.
Very windy.
Yes.
And you'll see that on this show. You'll hear that on this show, and sometimes it's just really hard to get out of that wind and avoid the wind. And you'll hear that in the show.
Yeah, you just can't get rid of it. It is what it is. But like she said, I mean, the wind, it's just windy all the time. That's why they're still looking for Dorothy.
And we keep going back to Kansas because there's some big bucks in Kansas. Let's see how the guys do.
Hey guys, opening morning rifle season here in Kansas. Super excited to be here, especially after not drawing a tag last year. It's getting really hard. Kansas basically becoming a draw state for non-residents, but tags in my pocket this year. Got a couple really good deer we're hoping to see on the property. Looks like we're going to have the typical Kansas breeze with us for most of the week, but temps look like they're going to start cooling down. Should be a good hunt. Like I said, got some really good deer on camera. We'll sit back and see how it goes. originally came in here for, but as you can see, he looked like he's hurting pretty bad. He's having a hard time walking down there, and he probably missed around here for 45 minutes, and he's just having a hard time getting around. The bigger deer was actually the one across the ditch there earlier. He probably would have been out here too, but seeing how that deer was getting around, I figured that was probably the best call. We'll try to get over there quick before it gets dark and take a look at him. Well guys, here he is. He's a super cool deer. Had him a lot in the property. It's the same one that we saw this morning on the other end. Wasn't planning on taking him right away anyway, but this afternoon we got in here and he was bedded in the same spot, and after seeing how he was getting around, I could tell he was hurt. Couldn't tell what, but he was having a hard time moving, and I figured we'd probably just better take him. My target deer was actually down below here when I shot. It was a really good 9-pointer I was after, but like I said, after seeing this guy, I think it was the right call. And after the season I've been having, my whole hunting season's just been in shambles for the most part, so good way to end it. Might get back for a little bit of muzzleloader in Wisconsin, but overall, super happy with him. Said lots of history with him this year. Shame to see him get hurt, but you can see his foot there. He's got, it's obviously a foot injury, and I think we made the right choice taking him out. He's obviously having a hard time, so super cool deer. Gonna get him cleaned up here and loaded and try to get out of here before it gets too late, but overall, awesome hunt.
Hey guys, it's day 3 here in Kansas, and as you can tell, it's pretty warm out and sunny. This morning was actually fairly cool. Woke up to like 20 degree, 25 degree temperatures. We're back in the same spot. We're just going to keep grinding it out here. We have had a couple sightings of this deer, just various different places, but just really hoping that he likes to come to this buckbrush to bed or to feed in this milo field. So we had him on camera last night after hours. Hopefully he makes his way here before dark. Stay tuned. She's gotta be looking at something down there in that bottom. scopes. These deer on their feet early, and they are. So hopefully we can get a buck to do the same thing. Wes, right here. He's right there above that brook bird. See him? He's going right between the two trees. Are you on him? Yeah. You're on him right there. Yeah. Good shot, man. Well, that couldn't have worked out any better. We hunted 8 days, very hard for one deer, and this particular buck showed up on camera this morning, and we decided to come in at night and kill him. So he came out of his draw, which was actually almost the best wind possible. The wind was almost going to switch a 180, but anyway, he came out of his draw, came right down to the bottom, and we just hammered him. We watched him go down, so let's go down there and take a look at him. About 150-yard shot, but we watched him go down, so we're gonna get down here before we lose light. Yes! Look at that buck, man. Well, guys, that puts a wrap to the Kansas deer season. We've been out here 8 long days and been grinding it out. This deer's been on and off the camera for the neighboring property, but he showed up this morning for us. We came in here, sat behind a cedar tree up on a hill. He came down this draw right to us. Couldn't be more happier. Beautiful mainframe 8, split brow, dagger going down along its side. Another little point here. But it's awful slow for us, the White family here in Wisconsin this year, but. Hey guys, just want to talk a little bit about this deer here. We actually started getting pictures of it. Didn't think we had much history of it or anything like that. And after several weeks of getting pictures of it, went back to a shed that we actually found last spring, and it had a really big pedicle in the bottom that kind of indented down, and you could tell it, had something going on at the base. And we were thinking that honestly that this is this deer. It's hard to believe, but his brow matches almost perfect, and with the pedicle going down into the skull, maybe caused him to grow this face tine here. If that's the case, we would definitely say with the mass and the size of the deer that he probably got injured sometime when he was a 3.5, and then he grew this antler here as a 4.5, and he shed it a little goofy and a little deep, and at 5.5 he grew this big drop tine down along his face. So pretty cool if that's him, and we think it is, so that's what we're going to believe.
Hey, if you like what you see, be sure to check us out on social media.
Yeah, like I'm doing right now, Snapgram, Face Chat, Instabook, Twitter box, all those cool things on the interweb.
Those aren't things. Go to Art Helen Outdoors and Own the Season, and like, share, and follow us on all your favorite social media outlets for the latest content.